Okay, in this video we're going to go over building a siding estimate. So as you can see, we're in the client's page. We're on the overview side. I'm going to go down here to estimates just like we did with the previous video on roofing. Click on that. I'm going to go up to new estimate. Use this drop down for siding. Now what I usually do is I usually put the date. Kind of funny about the dates, but if you're doing multiple estimates and what have you, it's just good for your own memory to just have the date there. So you don't want to mess with these on the siding. I'm going to go down here to no trade, odd as that sounds. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. You want to use this one right here at the very bottom, oil siding template, estimate labor. I'm going to click on that one, hit next. Now a lot of this stuff we're not going to be using, but some of these lines are going to be a part of the contract. These are like pertinent items that would be a part of the contract. We're not doing fan folds, so we're going to go ahead and delete that. We're going to do tape. Usually when you see lines, that's usually a color and initials. We're not doing a triple window, doing a double window. Say we do have 3 single windows, we'll go ahead and put that in as such. We're going to redo a door, so we'll just keep that one in here. Doing all the fascia on the house. I'm going to go ahead and put that in. But if you don't have it in your scope, go ahead and delete it out of here. You can always add it, and I'll show you how to add back in if you need to. If you don't need it, just go ahead and get it out of here. Say they got 4 bird boxes, so just go ahead and put that in there. Not doing anything with the soffit on this one, but if you are, you can go ahead and leave that. There's quite a few items in here. You don't have to have it here. So 4 outside corner post. Squares on this job. That. Do have a single garage wrap we're going to do on this one. One. Leave that here because this has a color in the initial. This will actually be in your proposal. You do have a double car garage. Again, you'll want to leave this line in here. Now, if you're going to detach and reset the weather stripping, you want to put roughly what that lineal foot would be. But if you're going to actually replace it, then you would keep this line and delete that one. We're just going to reuse it. So we have shutters. So we got 4 sets. We're going to detach and reuse. Just read the lines here, but you can see we're not doing new. We are going to reset the gable vents. 2 of those. We're going to leave that in here. But if you're going to replace them, then you would delete this line and keep this line. Put the 2 there, but we're going to reuse the ones that are there. If you're going to cover the vents, then you would get rid of these and just click this off and put how many. You could do this if you have gutters that you got to pull loose. Not going to, but we do have some downspouts. and all this stuff can stay. So the materials, got that. Sorry. This is where a lot of people get confused, including myself at times. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all the stuff that we don't need. Let's say we're going to go with the Royal Residential. This shows you how many pieces per square. 240. Automatically figures the cost and the overhead. We don't need this. And really, it's just about reading these lines and figuring out what you need. A lot of repetitiveness at times with this. It's a little bit of a trick the first time you do it, but once you get the hang of it, you can see all the options. So if you sell board and batten, vinyl, 7-inch, what have you, 8-inch, I mean, you got all these options in here. But unfortunately, a lot of the stuff don't need in here. Do you have any so forth? So basically, we got house wrap, not doing fan fold, so we'll get rid of that. Oftentimes we'll reuse a starter strip, but if you get anything like custom siding, you generally have to get the starter strip that goes with it. If you're doing any fascia metal, you want to make sure you have your nails. Make sure you include that. If it's a small siding job, you can get smaller boxes of nails. This is all your trim nails for your fascia. Got a dryer vent. Let's say we got two. We got 5 light boxes. Say they put 2 oversized lights in. Your J channel. J channel here. Got your inside corners. Let's say we got 2 on that. Put that there. It's really just about reading the lines and clicking off what you don't need. First, when you first open this, you're just like, holy cow, where do I start? But once you get through one, it gets easier and easier. Through all these clicking offs. See, you can see, you need to click off these. So your staples, just 3 boxes. That. We'll go ahead and get 3 rolls of coil. that, that. But where we see a lot of salesmen kind of get hurt as far as the siding portions is they forget to include a lot of this stuff when they come up with the price. So now getting down to labor. So again, just like the roofing, you got the summary section, which up here is really, really important, especially on siding. So let's just say D4 tan siding and go. Corners, J channel, white. So any details on your siding project, just load this section up because this makes the build quicker, makes the turnaround time quicker, makes the build more accurate, which means ultimately you're going to make more profit in the end. But like I was saying, there's 3 sections, so you'll get down here to the labor section. So we're not doing masonite. Tearing off 20 squares. There's additional layers, you can put that off. Just say there is an awning that we got to take off and reset. Let's say we're going to dispose of the awning. That. You'll want to leave this line. These lines you'll only keep in here if you're going to be doing like fascia and soffit. Downspouts, you do want to include this. So if you've got, let's say, downspouts coming down on the siding, just go ahead and include that. You have starter, keep the panels level. That. Not doing fan fold on this, but we are doing wrap on the whole house. So squares. Squares on the tape. These lines you can leave. Do the sill. Got 20 squares of siding. You have like any vertical board and batten. Here. Doing like a high-end foam siding, you would put that here. Got say 5 light fixtures. They're going to reuse cable vents. Going to cover the holes. We don't need that. If you're actually adding, there's that option. Say we're doing 3 sets of new gutters. There's detached reset. Not doing any fascia work on this, but see all the options if you are doing some fascia work. But whatever you're not going to do, just delete it. For some reason, you delete something that you wanted to keep, just message one of us in production and we'll get the line item back in there for you. No worries. You do a lot of if we got a dump, it's gonna be over 15 squares. One on that. We're gonna do a stucco. But you know, again, it's really just about taking your time, going through, adding all the lines, keeping everything that you want to keep in here, really putting everything in a summary form, siding color, details like the outside, inside corners are white, they're not matching siding, or if they are matching, just put that in there. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at our profit. Very good. So you can take the slider bar, go ahead and move it up to 40%. If you want to go lower or higher, you can, but it automatically adjusts all this pricing here for profitability. So now that we have it built, let's see what it looks like. And you can kind of see what your estimate looks like and what you may have to add or delete from the estimate. But again, the summary section is, this part up here is really, really important and helpful for production if you are able to get all that in here. Once you're done, you'll hit save. I usually put +4, and as always, I always put the date. Because when you get into multiple estimates, it's really hard when you have 5 estimates that just say siding estimate. But if you put the date, or you can put primary or what have you, it makes it really, really easy. Anyway, that's it on siding. Hope this was helpful. Got any questions throughout the process, certainly refer to the sales manager, or you can refer to production. We're always here to help you guys be successful building your jobs to be profitable.